Welcome to KaiChi Live. I'm KaiChi, and this is my recap on Dragon Ball Super Episode 86. In this episode, we found out more about Android 17, his personality, his characteristics, and his motivations. In the last episode, we see Goku at Kami's lookout, with Dende telling him where's Android 17's location. Dende used some of his magic to move Kami's lookout towards Android 17's location, to make it easier for Goku to look for Android 17. While they were moving, they didn't tell Goku what was going on with Android 17's life. Goku found out that Android 17 got married and had kids. Dende mentioned that Android 17 is a lot stronger the last time the Dragon Ball Z fighter saw him. Goku wondered what kind of training that Android 17 did all this time. When they got to the island, we got to see what was the job Android 17 was doing as a park ranger and a wildlife protector. We see Android 17 was going up against a group of men with machine guns and tanks. They were no match against Android 17. They were easily stopped by him. Goku landed and said hi to Android 17. At first, Android 17 said that he doesn't recognize him. He said his name, and Android mentioned that this is the first time he ever met Son Goku. If you remember, Android 17 never met Goku. At the end of the Cell Saga, we saw only Android 18 and not her brother Android 17. He just disappeared. Then another group of men showed up with more tanks and more firepower. Android 17 asked Goku if he wants to help, and Goku agrees. But Android 17 reminded Goku not to kill them. We found out later that these men were poachers. It seems that Android 17 valued life, since he asked Goku to spare them when they were fighting against them. After both of them easily defeat the poachers, Android 17 showed Goku the island of its wildlife. Android 17 showed Goku a Minotaur. When the Minotaur noticed Goku and Android 17, it attacked them. At first Goku wanted to attack it, but Android 17 said just to leave it and try to fly away. He mentioned that the Minotaur used to be docile, but it became violent after being overhunted by humans, and it is its last of its kind. After all of that, both Goku and Android 17 was able to settle down and get to have a conversation with one another. Android 17 wanted to know why Goku was looking for him. Goku mentioned that he needed strong friends, which surprised Android 17. Android 17 mentioned that he was created in order to fight Goku, and since he didn't met him, he wanted to know how strong he could go against Goku. Goku agrees and wants to have a fight with him in order to test how powerful he is. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan and tried to hit Android 17. Android 17 emotionally defends himself and hit back Goku, and a fight broke out between both of them. We saw an intense fight between Goku and Android 17, throwing hits and kicks. At one point, Android 17 took it seriously and hit Goku. He sent Goku flying towards the forest and realized his mistake. Fortunately for him, Goku was able to stop mid-air and try to fight back. They both exchanged few words saying how powerful they both gotten, and Goku decided to become really serious and became Super Saiyan Blue. He unleashed a Kamehameha at Android 17 at full power, and we saw Android 17 putting up a shield. Goku's attack hit the shield, but the shield held up, so Goku put more power into the attack, eventually breaking Android 17's shield. After the shield broke, in a few moments, we see Android 17 coming after Goku, and an incredible intense fight broke between them. Their blows sent shockwaves throughout the water and the island. Their fighting finally lands them underwater. After emerging from the water, Android 17 stopped Goku, saying that if they continue, they would end up destroying the island and its wildlife. It was nighttime, and we get to know more about Android 17. After getting resurrected by the Dragon Balls, he became grateful for being alive. After he met his wife, he settled down and had kids. Goku wanted to know if he had any pictures, and Android 17 showed him. Android 17 wanted to know why he was looking for him, and Goku explained why. After listening Goku, Android refused to join the tournament. Goku wanted to know why. Android 17 said that he needed to stay on this island and protect its wildlife. Goku offers up Trunks and Goten to protect the island, but Android 17 refuses, saying that If everything was going to get erased, it wouldn't matter, and he was fine with it. This left Goku in shock as Android 17 walks toward the forest looking for poachers. Overall, this was an interesting episode. We found out more about Android 17 characteristic, personality, and motivation, and we got a great fight between him against Goku. We also get more insight about the biology or mechanology of Android 17. It seemed that he was training and he was powerful enough to go against Super Saiyan Blue. As I mentioned in my previous recap on the previous episode, I noticed that Beers was complaining or mentioned that is not listening when he found out about the androids. It could be one of those universal laws similar to the time traveling laws. There is some confusion about Android 17 and Android 18. Since they're more humans than robots, we don't understand how their powers exactly work. In the previous episode, there was a small mention about them having superhuman cells, and maybe that's the reason why Cell needed them, since they're more biological than mechanical. I read somewhere that Android 18 is more powerful than Android 17. I think it was mentioned by Toriyama Akira. It seems that Android 18 is still quite powerful, even after becoming a housewife, and we never saw her train. She saved Krillin from Goku's key attack when he was in Super Saiyan Blue by kicking it away. So we don't know how powerful Android 17 and Android 18 can become. We also don't know whether or not this was part of Dr. Gero's design, or it was just a coincidence. We also found out that Android 17 takes his job very seriously, not wanting to leave the island unprotected. Since we have an idea of how Android 18 thinks, we really don't know how Android 17 thinks, since both of them doesn't show emotion on their face. In this episode, we get to see Dende and Mr. Popo. It's always good to see them. He mentioned while they were flying towards Android 17's location that in a remote village there was a talented fighter and wanted Goku to take him under his wing. At first, Goku reluctant, saying that he doesn't know how to be a teacher, but Dende insisted that he should. Some of you know who Dende was talking about. As Dende described the fighter, I already knew he was talking about Oob. So in future episode, hopefully there are more episodes after this saga, we get to see Oob. As I mentioned before, this episode was really interesting, so I'm looking forward to the next episode between Goku and Android 17. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button. Click over here to watch my previous video. Click over here to watch my previous recap on Dragon Ball Super. Click over here to watch my next recap on Dragon Ball Super. And click over here. Subscribe to my channel KaiChi Life for future nerd and geeky videos. Thank you.